The only thing is, I've only really seen your set, so I'm excited. Do you have a show tomorrow?
I do have a show tomorrow.
Do you have another one tonight?
No, not tonight. But I did great.
Great. I'm gonna come tomorrow. I'm excited.
Well,
have you felt good about your shows?
Yeah, it felt good. Yeah, I think there's always things like to tweak, because this is like a new audience for us. But yeah, it's been really good. I'm really stoked to be here. By the way, it's Skanfest in a fucking closet.
He's starting the podcast. Here we are, guys. The podcast that has no name yet, or maybe it has a name. Have we? I think we landed on a name. Can you pass me my beer? We landed on a name, haven't we?
Yeah, Euro Boys.
Euro Boys. The Euro
I love
Boys.
it. And then they said, "Do we put a Z?" I said no.
And we are not going to put a Z or a Z.
Euro Boys is it's less like. There's something great about it, where it's like, is that kind of a
gay?
No, but even more than that, just like, is that like party boy stuff? And then it ends up being you guys talking about comedy. If it's Euro Boys with a Z, if people are like, man, it's probably a comedy podcast. So this is much funnier to me, I think.
Yeah.
Do you think boy like IES, not with a?
No, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Let's do BOYS.
Yeah.
No. BOYS.
Yeah, I do. IES.
Yeah, like fuck boy.
That's BOIS.
BOIS.
What?
Yeah, but it's in common slang. It's
IES.
Yeah, in
there's no E.
There's no E.
No, as in not Y.
There's no E. IS.
BOIS. No, there's no E.
There's no E.
No, not the E. The not.
What's he saying?
I knew this. It's time. Do you want to do it right now? Andre, you have a drinking problem.
Yeah.
We brought you here.
The problem is I'm not drinking enough.
And the spending problem.
He pretended to do a podcast with you so that the two of us could get together. We're your only friends.
It's an intervention.
And it's an intervention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boy!
Oh, yeah!
All right, jokes aside, what is this podcast about?
So let's start.
Our main thing is that we do it in scenic places, like beautiful backgrounds. So we did one at the Grand Canyon, and we've done it in Portofino, Italy.
On a boat.
On the boat.
Yeah.
And now...
With the background of
background.
Yeah. Are you doing the accents?
Which?
It's a bit German. I could do it again.
I don't pluralize. I don't pluralize things for no reason.
Could you teach George some acting? Like, could you
George has been acting like you are his best friend for years.
I don't think he acts like it.
Finally, someone has seen through my act.
He does not act like it. We were stopped by the police 3 days ago.
Really?
Yeah. And we were driving. And as you know, we're here.
Are you going to say the story?
I'm going to say it.
Okay, all right. Listen to this. It's good.
So we were driving on our little trip to the Grand Canyon on the way back, right? And as you know,
can you not grow sort of a beard on the sides?
No, I can't anyway. This is the best.
No, but I'm saying, and so does that connect to the...
Yeah, there's no connection.
So it's only... The only facial hair you can is exactly what you have?
Yeah, and then just like some slight patches. Is it like someone who's, not fully hit
testosterone?
Right. That's right, exactly.
No, but I think it's really interesting because you're lucky. I mean, imagine if you could only grow just hair right here and here and couldn't do this or this. That'd be a problem. Can you imagine a man with just hair right here?
Yeah,
I can. I've seen them. They're in America.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them in the Midwest.
What?
Like the beards here, nothing.
No. I'm not saying along sideburn mutton chops, as we call them. I'm saying just here. No connection to the sideburn. Just here.
Do you think that person would ever allow that to grow?
Sure. I'm about to do it now that I thought of it.
You have such a crazy approach to facial hair. I think you can do it.
No, I think I'll do it. This is new. This is a very new thing. I'm doing the mustache that kind of curls up. It's the only facial hair I've never had, except for the one we just came up with.
Yeah.
And
Monopoly man.
I've really exactly.
That's nice.
I really have I just have committed to it. And Kate said, maybe you should get something more contemporary. She said she wasn't gonna like this mustache.
Wow. That's a very polite way of saying it.
And the truth is, she said to me like yesterday or something, she goes, well, I feel like she said this as we got off the phone. She goes, well, I just want to say, before you left, I looked at your mustache and I liked it despite myself. And then she hung up.
Oh.
Wow. This is a very...
Basically, I know what I'm doing.
Your wife.
Zacharopoulos.
Oh, very good.
This is a great day. This is a great podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We haven't started yet. This is the warm-up.
And we won't start.
I think we will.
We will never start. You know how many podcasts we've tried to start and have never done?
You guys, I do know why George likes you so much. You guys really, truly do have a very unique repartee. Your report is very, very funny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
I
interrupted you.
Yeah, but you do that a lot.
Woo.
Shots fired.
Sassy.
To me.
Sassy Andre.
Yeah.
He's a bit sassy.
Shots fired. No, continue.
right.
Tell the story, though. I want to hear the story. Your facial hair is really...
Do you know that sometimes with the facial hair? Like, it will be like he'll be driving or something. He'll start stroking his mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are.
Yeah.
It is.
I do this.
It is infuriating.
To you?
Yeah, I hate it. It feels like this is the move of someone that's
Yours isn't long at all, though.
Questionable porn on the video. You know what I mean? This is
like child pornography.
Yeah, when you stroke the mustache.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
you do have a little bit of a child pornography vibe.
Yeah.
As in, I'm in the pornography or I own it?
You're in the pornography? No.
Because
You produce
I
it.
do look very young.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's a young buck.
And
This is my 7th handshake of the festival.
I know. With me or with other people?
With you.
Yeah.
When you go, congratulations.
I think it's important to congratulate people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We haven't had that moment yet, but I think we will.
Well,
You can do this.
I can do this.
You can do this, but you also nothing here.
Yeah, but is it that weird when I have like nothing here, but I have here and here? Is that weird for you? Do you think it? Because you've had the hair when you just shaved this bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked a certain way.
Oh, yeah. When we met
Yeah.
you had that full...
Yeah.
It was just this.
What?
When we met, you had nothing. You just had this.
Yeah.
The connective.
What?
Yeah, that's what you had.
You mean this all connected down? Like
And then
this?
here, yeah.
You're a man of many styles, TJ.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
yeah.
what's happening now?
No, because you had thicker here and then nothing on the...
Oh, right. Kate likes a 5 o'clock shadow or 8 o'clock shadow. Or whatever.
Nice.
I interrupted you. Please tell me what happened on this sojourn.
All right, so tell him we're coming back from the Grand Canyon. Andre's speeding a little
You
bit.
just told
Police
him
stop-
to tell it. He
police
just
stop
said,
us.
tell him, and then he's telling it now.
Police stop us, and then I was excited, by the way.
The police stop us, and George was like, "Oh my God, can't believe we're getting stopped by the police. This is so exciting." And then he stops and he goes, "You know what speed you were going?" And
He said that? That's so hack. Go ahead.
no,
The police
The
officer.
cop, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hack.
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
cop to say it.
Oh yeah, got it. And so the police officer, he goes, "Oh, you know, speed whatever." And then I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know what miles mean. I'm in kilometers."
That's so funny.
And
You really did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, so he goes, "You're going this," and I was like, "Oh, I'm used to kilometers, so I don't really know the thing." But the thing is, I betted that he would know the ratio because kilometers is actually more.
Of course, yeah. If you're 60 kilometers, it's a lot faster than 60 miles.
Yeah. But I was like, there's a 50% chance he doesn't know if it's more or less.
There's more than a 50% chance. I like him. He's so fucking funny. Patrick was saying such great things about you. All right, go ahead.
And so we were like, "Oh yeah, we're Europeans." George is like, and George is like, "Oh, can we film you, whatever?" And I'm like, "This guy has never been excited to see the police."
I want to film the interaction. I thought it would be good content.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did you ask the cop if you could film it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said before we start.
But it was immediate.
I said,
the guy was.
yeah, go on.
The guy approached the car. I said, "You were speeding," and then George goes immediately, "Can I film this?" The guy leaves and goes check on the plates and everything. And I'm like, "George, you always do this. It's too much, too quick. Ease into it."
That's who I am.
And
That's why you're great at sex.
Thank you. And friendship.
well,
Congratulations.
first handshake.
I've had
When
many
we got it
hands.
on
Yeah,
camera.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, that was for all of us.
I start filming. Like I was very friendly. I had a great riff with him. Great riff.
It was a good riff.
He said, he said you were speeding, you were doing 65, and I was trailing you. And I said, that sounds to me like you were speeding. Can I have your license and registration, please?
That's great. Yeah. You laugh
and the guy laughed.
Yeah, he did laugh.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It was a good interaction.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Wow,
that is really funny."
Thank you. And then he
seems like you were speeding too, a little bit less, but still speeding.
And then he said, "That's very funny. What are you going to use the video for?" And I said, "Oh, we are comedians and we're vlogging our experience. We'll go on anywhere on YouTube." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll go on Instagram as well." And because Andre has more followers than me, I got very excited. I said, "Follow Andre at Andre Comedy and you'll see it one day." And then Andre got very angry because...
Well, because we're on a tourist visa whilst working, and then the cop let us go, and George goes, "Follow us on social media so you could see all of the stuff that we're not doing." And I'm like, "George, are you..." I was furious. I'm like, who would do that?
This guy.
Who would be like, we are...
No, you know what? That's true, because when I said, for you to do shows, you were like, I don't want it to be
no names
or anything like that. Yeah, and you don't give a shit.
I just got my visa, but it was right before, so technically we were... And I was just saying to George, like, why would you tell him my Instagram, be like, follow him? Don't follow me.
Do you think it's a big faux pas?
Nobody gives a shit about your dumb visa or your fucking... Nobody's following. That cop's not going to talk to somebody about it. You need to relax.
Yeah, he's very anxious.
Great time. It's okay. It's okay to be anxious, because the other thing is he has a great opportunity here, and you're trying not to fuck it up. And I want to say, coming from a guy who's fucked up a lot of opportunities, I think you're doing this the right way.
But do you have any regrets for any things that you've done? Do you regret it? Do you have any fuck ups? It's a learning experience. Do you regret any? I don't.
No.
Because that's who I am.
I don't really see.
You should.
Kate kind of.
Him.
Should he? Or maybe should you get through a goddamn day not regretting every fucking thing you've done? Including that chain, you son of a bitch. I regret that fucking bracelet, but I don't have time. I'm too busy exciting myself about how you'll eventually grow facial hair in your cheeks.
Hey.
Well, last time I saw you,
don't make him regret what you just said. Don't make him regret what he just said.
Euro boys. It's happening.
You met us in Europe.
BOIES. Boys.
Yeah.
Boys. But you met us in Europe, right?
Why? But you didn't finish.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything that you?
No. Why would I spend any time? The only thing. No, I can't really think of anything. I was about to say the only thing that I regret is not sort of like marrying or shacking with Kate earlier.
That's very good.
But it's like, then I wouldn't have done any of the things that I had done before that, I mean, one of the best sexual experiences I had was with a girl that worked on Silicon Valley, the television show, and Kate and I were like starting to, and I go, let's date, let's hang out, I dumped this other girl because Kate was, I was like, let's go, let's do this. And she was like, no, I'm not going to be some rebound. You got to wait, and then we'll start dating in a little while.
So were you early on, then you just met?
What?
You had just met? You were like early on?
She and I, we dated in college. Then we broke up because she was in New York, I was in Chicago, and I wouldn't leave Chicago. Then I moved to LA because I got a television show called Carpoolers, and then a movie called Cloverfield. And then she moved to Los Angeles to get away from this very crazy, toxic dude who was like beating her up and everything. And then we got back together, and then she crashed my car.
What car was it?
A Ford Focus, 2003.
Wow.
Someone
you were making
very
big
focused.
Money. Big money. Cloverfield money.
Oh my God.
No, you're
Absolutely
gonna do it
not.
now?
Absolutely not.
Oh, come on.
No, it was a 2003 Ford Focus with 18-inch chrome rims, completely blacked out, purple neon underbody lights, and on the back, in Old English, on the back, the rear windshield, it said Algo, ALGO.
Well, that's algo mean algorithm.
No, it's Spanish for something. and then people would be like, "What's it Spanish for?" And I'd be like, "Something." She fucking totaled that car. So I was like, "Bitch, get the fuck out of here." I didn't say it that way. I was like, "You need to go get yourself together, for God's sake." So she did. And then I was about to get engaged. This girl was terrible. And I emailed Kate. I'm like, I think I got to tell you what's going on. So Kate was like, "Yeah, I don't have a boyfriend." She was basically like, "This is going to happen. Like, this is still happening." So I broke up with that girl. I go, "Well, then let's start dating." She goes, "No." Okay. And I hooked up with this girl on the set of Silicon Valley. Unfortunately, she was like closely associated with one of the powerful people on the show that I didn't really like. And but I got to tell you that. And I told Kate, I go, "Well, if we're not dating, like, I'm gonna go and
That's what he does.
fuck other girls. Like, that's what's gonna happen." And she was like, "You do what you gotta do." And I was like, "I will."
Yeah.
That's his vibe as well.
And then but then and this girl was really, really sweet, and like, she was really sweet, but she was so fucking hot. And a regret that I have is I went with her, and my best friend's a lesbian. She's super funny, really cool, in Los Angeles. And this is when she was drinking. We went out, we partied with this girl because we called her Pink 23 because she had pink hair, and I was like, "Oh, you seem like you're 23." I think she was a little older maybe. And we all went and we partied. Again, she was great, smart, fun, funny. And we all went out, and then we went back to my buddy's house, and everybody was kind of drunk, and this girl was a little freaky, and she went down on my lesbian female friend, and it was clear that I could have had intercourse with her while that was happening.
Yeah.
And I just took the voyeur route.
Oh, is that a regret?
That's a regret.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take,
Correct.
and you didn't take the shots.
Yeah, you was on the sidelines watching.
I didn't even
watching the basketball.
I didn't even shoot in my pants or anything. I just
You just stood
watched.
there.
It's such a bummer, because I think that she and my friend were like, this is that moment where
In
we
time.
have the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, you fuck her face is going back and forth in my vagina, and it could have been all of these things.
Yeah.
And I had a three-way relationship in high school. I dated the hottest girl in my high school, and she was really funny too, really funny. But I dated the hottest girl in my high school, and there's this other chick who was like very cool, kind of like fringe, like hang out with the really cool kids who are doing drugs in the van and stuff. And we all got together and had like a 3-person relation in high school. This was very
It's
advanced.
polyamorous. And what were you? You're from Chicago.
No, I'm from Denver. It was really, it was really early on. It was the whole thing, and then one night we were all at a party and drinking, and we all went into the bathroom, and there was going to be a whole thing. We were going to take a shower in there, the three of us, and fucking
How big was the bathroom?
blowjobs and stuff.
Also in high school, if you're having that experience in high school, you're like, my life's gonna be amazing.
No, because I could hardly get an erection. I was so nervous around these two girls.
Wow. Yeah.
And both of them are like.
I wonder if the girl who hang out with the guys in the vans had Viagra.
No, didn't exist.
Oh shit! So
God, I
nothing
would have
happened.
loved having Viagra at that point, but I wouldn't. It's just
You
really
were
weird
16.
to
You don't need Viagra.
It would be really
You need
weird
therapy.
to know. It would be really weird. I was just disappointing these two girls that are like, this is going to be amazing. This guy's going to fuck both of us. We're going to suck his dick. He can come all over. All the things, all the pornographic things that could be said about this experience.
And you
ended up
fumbled.
just being like, well, I mean, I guess he gets nervous. It must be because he really loves us.
Can I just say, It sounds like you don't. It's not a regret because both times you just didn't proceed with it. So maybe it's just not who you are.
Maybe I'm a homosexual.
Or maybe you just like not. You're not. That's not who you are. That's it.
You know what? I totally get that. Can you pass the whiskey? I totally get that. What I'll say is, I think that What was your first sexual experience? I feel like you had sex with a girl that was older than you.
6 months.
Yum.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
but
That wasn't my
but he was pretty light getting started.
No, but you're saying
I was late in the game.
yeah, but you
20, 21.
And what was it? What was the experience?
Oh, it was horrible. I was same as you actually. I found myself very, very stressed about the whole situation. I remember like
It's so funny that you can be a performer, right? You're in front of hundreds of people. We're doing this multiple times, all the time, and yet you can be this kind of like
shy little.
anxious, shy. Shy is great.
He's
a
anxious.
shy
We're
little
shy.
boy. Shy little boy.
What? You're shy.
So what did you do? What did you do?
I just found myself getting very stressed about the whole situation, and then I was like ready to go, and then she'd be like, "All right, let's do this," and then I would not be ready to go at all. I would have like completely lost. I would lose. I would go in my erection. I would soft. So I remember. I remember.
These. Look, hey.
Yeah. This is exactly. Dude, this is perfect. This is perfect. Do you know how bad it is when you're 20 years old? Go. Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah. No. Gone. My God. This is why he makes the big money. This is Hollywood.
That's great
This is
acting.
Hollywood.
That's fantastic acting.
So I found myself in a situation where I would be with her, and then we would hook up and everything, and then I'd be like, I'm ready to go, and then it wouldn't happen at all. And then she'd be like, all right, well, let's call it a night, and you come back tomorrow. And I would go home.
That's how much she liked you.
We would date it. I would go home, and the moment I went to my halls of residence, it was like the dorms. Yeah, and I would look at my hard dick.
Yeah.
Then I go, "What are you doing, you idiot? Why would you do this before?" I was screaming at my penis every night for a week before it finally happened.
And once it happened, was it great?
I came within 4 seconds.
Really?
It was all that yelling. It was like,
terrible.
you know what? I won't let you enjoy this.
Yeah, that
Your
was
dick
my
was
first.
like,
That was
You're
my
not
first.
gonna have a good time.
That was not my first experience. My first ever experience is when I was like 17, and the girl said my parents are away for the weekend. Do you want to come home and like hang out? Let me tell you this. I went to your house with the board game Monopoly under my arms because I did not expect sex to happen. I thought we're hanging. So I brought the Monopoly with me.
And to this day,
And
you love the
Monopoly-
hang.
Monopoly is not a sexy game.
did you have a monopoly on that pussy?
No, because the moment
Did you park in her place?
the moment
Did you go the Broadway?
well, did you get your get out of jail card?
That's right. I knew you would do it.
Thank you. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Second. So I did the. We went to bed. She touched me. I came instantly. And then because I was so shy to say anything, I was like, "Oh, I have to go." My mom told me there's an emergency in the house. Side note: no mobile phones at the time. There was no emergencies. I couldn't have known. So she went, "You're leaving, but you're here for the weekend." I'm like, "I'm going now." So I left. Underwear full of cum. Went on my scooter, and as I was like scooting home, I was thinking, "This counts."
It does kind of.
This kind of counts, I think.
It does. What about you?
My first one, I was 13, and there was a girl that was slightly older. She was 14, and my uncle. I grew up in a very small house and had a lot of people, so I could never be in my own home. But at the time, my grandma was still alive, so I got convinced my uncle to take my grandmother out of the house for like 3 hours, and then I went there and we were like, just discovering, like I didn't even know like
How
what
old was she?
it was. She was 14.
And you were 13?
I was 13.
That's
yeah.
so young.
Yeah, but we did everything. We did everything because we were like, let's just what if you
Did
put it
she
here? What
wanna
if you put
do
it
it?
there? Huh?
Did she want to do it, or were you more like, let's do it?
No. We talked about it. We like arranged it. Like we're gonna do it. And then she was like, "Oh, I read about this. I saw about this." But we didn't. We had no idea.
Did you come?
I think so. Yeah.
I think you had a better experience.
Thank you.
At least you came.
So quickly.
I was
So quickly.
I was so. I remember. So my buddy had sex with this girl, and they had sex when they were like 12 or something. Both of them. It's pretty heavy duty, and I remember his girlfriend was friends with my girlfriend at the time. I was like 16, I guess. Yeah.
And your girlfriend was 12?
He.
Jesus Christ! What a revelation!
Wow, this is exciting.
What a revelation!
This is becoming
I
a
was
thing.
12, she was 16, and both of us fucked a 45-year-old. Okay. No, so I
Hollywood, baby. The things you gotta do.
God, P. Diddy. I sort of. We kind of knew, sort of like that. It was like, I guess we're gonna lose our virginity to each other.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that cool, but I was really funny, and I was in theater, and she was like in stagecraft, so she made the sets and stuff. And she was so cute. Jesus God, she was so cute. Kind of mousy brunette, sweet, funny.
Hey,
interesting.
It is a 16-year-old you're talking about.
Did you stay in touch or know what happened to the person you had? You lost your virginity?
Well, towards the end, no. It didn't end poorly, but it was clear. It was like, yeah, we're not. And someone cut off her finger towards the end of the.
Wow.
She not like act.
Which finger?
I think it was her pinky. Cut it off, and.
Well, like I said, revenge?
No, he was joking. He was like turning on the buzzsaw as a joke, and then he did that.
What?
I think it probably ruined his life because it was so fucking good God.
Who's turning on buzzsaws as a joke?
That sounds like something I would do.
I know. It does sound like something.
Yeah,
to
for
a
sure.
cop.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I think we were both excited, and my friend's girlfriend again. What's up, guys? Fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's a randos.
There's no door, by the way.
Yeah.
She kind of was like, it was interesting. She sort of told me, she's like, well, you better be good this week or something, otherwise it's not going to happen with Lauren, And I was like, oh my God, I gotta really. So I really tried. So she came over. It was going to happen that night. I think I got some candles type of thing because I was like, it's her first time. I want to make it like really special. That was
very sweet.
That was my headspace,
And we all, and when you're young, everyone's like, candles is pretty peak.
They still work, the candles.
Still,
the candles are always great. But I thought, okay. And then I got a condom, which why the fuck would I need a condom with a girl who's never had sex?
Do not get
before?
pregnant.
I just don't
never
think
crossed
I
your
would
mind?
have come in the. No, it's but we got all set up to do it. To go for, I think we had some drinks. Maybe I got a bottle of wine or something cool, like that.
Wow. How did you get the bottle of wine? Because it's hard in America,
Yeah,
no?
no, but I'm sure I pilfered it. Might have gotten it from the parents. Asked somebody else. Maybe somebody was like, "Oh, I'll help you out, man. I heard you're gonna do the thing." And then I had the condom, and I put the fucking condom on, and I just could not keep an erection for the life of me. And she was really disappointed, and I was disappointed. It was this whole disappointing thing. And we woke up the next day because she spent the night. And my parents were like, well, I guess okay. Woke up the next day. I was like, should we try again? She's like, yeah, right? Stuff it. And
Which is a very
just couldn't.
crass way to describe.
She didn't say stuff it. And I just really could barely hold on to an erection. And it was the condom.
Yeah.
You put a condom on it. It doesn't. It's just So then, because of that, every time I tried to have sex with a condom after that was equally as disappointing. And the first time I had sex without a condom, I was a beast. I was a I was a fuck machine. I was destroying all types of female orgasms.
Of puss?
Toes were curling left and right.
Wow.
And
I came so hard a girl went out the window. That's called defenestration.
Defenestration. It is called defenestration. Yeah. It sounds like you defenestrated the shit out of her. Well, that is condoms going out the window. So this is
Europe.
But wait, so they were like
very-
just letting you raw dog her? Like these girls were just letting you raw dog them?
I've done that.
No, I've done that too, but it's like as
So
a young
saying?
person.
What are you saying in Latin? So, yeah.
Wait, no, but what are you talking about? Without a condom?
Yeah, because you were saying like when you then took the condom off, you were like a new man.
No. When I finally had sex with a girl where I didn't have to use a condom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
all the times before where you had to use a condom, you were like, I just couldn't crack it.
I mean, I got the thing done, but it was not like a fun experience.
Yeah.
Just clocking in and clocking out.
I mean, the condoms are the worst things in the world, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's why actually I was sort of a serial monogamist, which I feel like you are.
Oh, Andre is...
No, actually, I don't think you can say that because whenever I've dated somebody, I'm like, I would never cheat because I know if I do, that door will never close. Like I know that about myself, so it's like I can never cheat because if I do it, it won't close. I will always find excuses.
And that's why it's great that the girls don't cheat on you. What were you gonna say?
and there's a great technique to not cheat, which is what you do is you jack off strategically. You know, before you leave the house, like jerk off once, then like you have post-nut clarity.
Yeah, but this is
no cheating. It's like the easiest way to not cheat.
I had started dating. I'd like.
Do you not know that?
I had my ex, and we just met, so we were like a month in, and I went to Poland, and I did a show, and there was this really beautiful girl. At the end of the show, I was go, do you want a tour of Warsaw, whatever? And I was like, yeah, I would love to.
What that means?
Yeah, they're going straight to the Jewish quarter. That is the ghetto. Come on, you have a very sexy tour. This is where many atrocities happen.
I don't know why people think anti-Semitic humor is so funny, but go ahead.
Well,
I mean, I'm Jewish.
are you?
No.
What?
Gross.
His name is Todd.
Toddington.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's nothing Jewish about that.
So this girl, she comes up to. I asked her about a building. She goes, I don't know anything about this building. I realize, she knows nothing. So we go back to my. Oh, you're double.
I'm using protection.
You're double bagging?
He's not talking it.
This won't stay that hard, I don't think. Go ahead.
TJ MiIller can't even use condoms on a microphone.
You know what? I actually think you're going to lose all sensation.
Have you been a ring guy for very long? How long have you been a guy that wears rings?
Oh, years.
But since you were a kid?
Maybe like 10 years ago I started. Yeah. Like the whole time you've known me, I've worn rings.
You know, once you told me.
You don't wear rings,
No,
right?
you told me you're not George.
But you wear that sort of quiet, sort of fey bracelet. What
I'm
is
just like a bit of silver. But you
that's
have
that's definitely a bit.
It's a European thing. What did you think of Europe? When
I
you
don't
came?
think it's a European
Wait,
thing.
what-
You wear a lot of jewelry. When I met you, you were double chaining.
What are you talking about? What jewelry would I?
You had double chain.
That's not jewelry.
What do you mean that's not jewelry?
It's a chain. A jewelry is like a bracelet or like a couple little, or an earring or a nose.
Yeah, I'm big into my jewelry.
ring. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
You know what Andrew told me once? He said, "You don't wear, you don't think about the jewelry. If you think about the jewelry you're wearing, you've lost the fight.
Exactly.
You wear the jewelry and you forget about it. That's the only way you do it.
Yeah. It's just a part of you.
Like he's only masking his insecurities.
Yes.
It's good. So tell me about Europe, because I want to discuss this with you. I'm very.
Or is it a little tiny hand?
It's the smallest one.
Wow. Very special. So listen,
So you're a boy and you're in Europe. So you're a Euro boy.
I'm a Euro boy.
You're
this is
a
how we
Euro
met.
boy.
You came to London. We met. Then we met again in Athens.
Which, by the way, it's because I didn't do the gig.
Yeah. Andrew was booked to do it. And then he said, and he passed it on
To
to
do
me.
which one?
The
London.
one.
The
Oh
one,
my
the
God.
show you met.
That would have been. It's amazing how that worked out.
Yeah.
Because that would have been horrible. I didn't, no, I'm serious. I didn't really watch your set
In London.
I just heard that you killed, but in London I didn't really set. But I thought you were so funny backstage, and like you came so close to being annoying. It's just like, here's annoying, and you just were inching toward, but you were
Oh,
hilarious.
but so many
Yeah.
times he goes over. He just.
I know, but he didn't. He knows what he's doing because he was wearing the jacket, and so
That's his jewelry.
I was like, God, you're so funny. Then he forced me into letting him open in Athens, and if you had done London, I wouldn't have seen you, but because you did Portugal, right, in Lisbon,
Yeah.
Kate only saw one show the entire European tour, and it was Lisbon. And because she went to see you, well, she came to see the show, but because she was watching you, I came all the way around to sit down with her. I've told you the story, right?
Yeah.
And I sat next, and I go, how's he doing? She's seen a lot of fucking comedy. How's he doing? She's like, good. I was like, and I watched for a second, and I go, is he funny? And she goes, yeah, he's funny. So I sat down, I watched the rest of the set, and you fucking crushed. But we both hated you for dating a Russian. But outside of that, but it was, I would never have seen your show. I would know you in anything. And if George was sitting here, because he's a great individual man, if he had vouched for you and I wouldn't have seen you, there's no fucking way I would have done anything for you or with you or anything like that. But it was really lucky because Kate, basically my wife, vouched for you, and now we're here. But you crushed. And the only thing I really remember in terms of because I watched you in Athens and it was mind-blowing. I was afraid to follow you.
Yeah.
I really did. I saw him and I go, because I never think about my set at all. I don't give a shit. But I was like, this guy is destroying right now. And then I watched a little bit more, and then you did the dishwasher thing.
Yeah.
And I was
yeah.
oh, this is problematic for me. And then I go, fuck, it's probably because he's fucking Greek. That's what it is. They all know him. They all know he's Greek. I think he said something in Greek in the beginning. All right, fuck it. You know what? I'm just going to go up there and make fun of him. Say, oh, yeah, bitch, you guys like Greek?
Do you know what's...
I'm not done complimenting you. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to go up and like kind of not trash him, but like I'll mention him. And then he did another bit and it just murdered. And I was like, I don't know that this is going to go well. And then I got on stage and I started, because he kept getting applause breaks after every fucking joke. It was almost like, I was like, he's going to get a standing ovation at the end of this. Why do they keep giving him applause breaks after some of the jokes weren't great? Applause break, no matter what.
Yeah, the Europeans love an
disaster.
applause. The Europeans.
So I get on stage. I go, all right, TJ, just push through this. Whatever. You're not going to work with this guy again. Just get to the other side of this. I don't even do my first bit, and I get a huge applause break. And I was like, what? And I do a bit. Huge applause break. I'm like, what is the fuck is going on?
The Greeks are very, very kind.
Then I go the other way, and I go, what if I do a joke that isn't that great? And then I do it, applause break. And then I do a great joke, applause break. I go, what the fuck? He's not even that good.
Yeah.
And they just give everybody applause breaks nonstop. And that was really great. But when I was done with that, I was like, wow, holy shit, you're funny. And it was interesting to find that strange connection that the two of you, probably because you're the two funniest comedians in Europe, maybe. Oh, there's some Estonian guy. Have you heard about this guy that's here?
We heard of him.
Yeah.
He's around.
We're gonna take him down.
Yeah. It's time someone invaded Estonia.
Oh, God. And they will, as soon as they're done with Ukraine and Latvia. You guys, it was interesting to see that you sort of were connected because also Yeah, it was
because that's how he got the gig in London. Because they offered it to me, and I said, no, the flights are more expensive than the fee, because I was not in London at the time. So they said, can you recommend
great
somebody?
move.
And they saw me open for Jim Jeffries. They saw me open for Jim Jeffries, and they were like, he's good.
So they were like, can you recommend somebody? And George and I have been working. This was like, yeah, you got to get George in it. So I said, George, go and do this gig. And he did, and then it was, ironically, then you were doing it 2 weeks later down in Lisbon, and it was just like, so it was it just kind of all
weird.
played out.
You know what I said?
Have I told you how I got banned in Athens? Have I told you the full story?
I've never asked you either. So for me, you're supposed to say it.
Congratulations.
You can't.
Fuck this.
No, and I can't wait to hear it when we're not on the podcast. But I was talking. I don't think it was Katos. Maybe it's Joe DeBrosa. I was talking, and I go, it's interesting. It's like if you're really funny, and you're like a good dude, just a good person, tend to kind of find your way to the other people. But the idea that it happened in Europe, Euroboys, the fact that it happened in Europe is really, really interesting. Because I told Annie and I. Annie Letterman is a woman that I want to have intercourse with, and she and I talk about that, where it's like, it's weird that we weren't friends earlier. Joe DeRosa, same thing. He goes, I can't believe we know I can't believe we're not friends already. I'm like, well, it all kind of finds its way, because if you're the funniest people, you're going to run in certain circles, and eventually those are going to be concentric and a Venn diagram. I went to college. And in that sense, it doesn't surprise me.
Is when two circles meet in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like, can you? It's like,
watch this. This is the greatest.
Oh, I'm aware of Venn diagrams. I've had threesomes.
Oh, come on. This is the greatest show. Congratulating Venn diagram.
Wow. So anyway, they're very concentric circles, and eventually you find your people, right?
Yeah, I think you do. And I think if you really want to raw dog it.
And I always do. You know me.
So did you
gotta really raw dog it.
Did you like Europe, TJ?
But you know how I met George? We were at a comedy club, and he didn't have a place to sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
So I said that he is. Did you like Europe?
He stayed at me.
Wait, don't say this.
Wait.
Because it's a European. What did you think of Europe?
Well, I'm surprised more of you didn't move to America.
He's moving to America,
but not really.
He's getting the alien of extraordinary ability.
Yeah. By the way, the letter you wrote when I sent to the lawyer, because you very kindly wrote me a letter, and I sent to the lawyers.
Do you know the letter you wrote? It's very funny.
Oh, I had somebody else write it. Good.
The ChatGPT. Write it in the style of TJ MiIller.
I had Avi Gilbert write it.
Oh,
do you want to read the letter?
Shout out to my manager. That I talked to you about. You were very kind on giving me advice on who to take on as manager.
With him.
Yeah. No, actually, you were like, everybody who wants you are nice people.
We're all checking our phones now?
No, I was just trying to find the letter.
What were you going to say about the... What were you going to say about the letter?
But
what were you just about to say?
Well, I have loved America so much since visiting it.
Oh, you were going to say he has a visa. I said it's like a green card, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah, because of you, I fell in love with America.
Because of me?
Because you were like, America is the greatest country. You have to come. You invited me to come to New York, and then I discovered New York, and you took us around all over New York.
Did you have fun in New York?
I had an amazing experience. I've told everybody, and I think I had a very misrepresented view of New York because I was hanging out with you. So you took me to the best places, and it was so
I tried
cool.
to, and I don't remember it, but did we go to Mesro, the jazz club?
We went to a jazz club downstairs the basement.
Yeah,
and we also went to this really fancy restaurant that you had to wait for fucking months to get in. And we were in the...
Was it the steakhouse?
Yeah, when they like
Yeah, that was so good.
with the cheese, it was so
Isn't
good.
that the best?
Yeah, that was.
New York is the best.
It was really fun. I really
New
enjoyed
York is
this.
cooler than Paris or London. Those are great cities. I don't really like Paris, but I'm trying to warm up to it because Kate's like famous in France. But I think London is very interesting for sure, and I think like I think Tokyo is the only city
can't
where
find
you're
it.
like, well, that's New York level shit. But I think New York is just like, it's so interesting. Americans are so bizarre. They're just bizarre. Like if you ever talk to an American for like any concentrated amount of time,
We are now.
you just, I know, and it's
Yeah.
terrible. But I really, you kind of are like, what are, like, it's just bizarre. You're like, what are you talking about? And depending on where in America,
Yeah.
they're completely different.
Yeah.
So you talk to some guy who's like from Connecticut, you're like, okay, man. And then you talk to somebody from fucking Arizona, and you're like, what? And then you talk to somebody from Florida, and you're like, can you get me ketamine? I think you can.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
This guy knows what I'm talking
I know
about.
ketamine. Yes, baby. I've seen people.
Nasty. What a nasty little Euro boy. B-O-I-E.
Yeah. Hey, you know, hey.
Dude, America was like New York. You know what I liked about New York? Like the whole spectrum of humanity can be seen within a block.
Couple blocks, yeah.
You know, like you see from the utter like depraved sort of like poverty to the fucking Ferrari guy or like private helicopter. Like
London
all of
has
it.
that as well, where like on like two parallel streets, you'll have like
But
crazy
New York is in
social
your
housing.
face.
density.
So much more.
I don't think there's as many homeless people. The thing that I always think about is like, you don't have to live in New York. And I say this with this is a very great perspective and an excellent piece of insight. In New York, I always think about how you don't have to live here. You don't have to stay here. You don't have to be here at all. And I mean that to the homeless people that are sitting in their own puke and could take a bus to Florida and live better. And I also mean it to the Ferrari guy who actually leased a Lamborghini but can't afford it and now is fucked and fighting with his wife, who's a fucking marketing director at a non-profit, whatever. It's like all these people don't have to be there. But there is something about New York that if you're a homeless, puke-covered individual or a seriously in trouble with gambling and drugs billionaire,
Yeah.
they don't have to live there, but they do.
Yeah, and why?
And they're not moving to fucking London.
Why is,
Yeah.
why is that? Why do people choose to stay in those big cities where like it's all fog?
Where do you want to live?
Huh?
Where would you like to live?
Well, I'm deciding between New York and Los Angeles.
I really didn't ask that.
Well, you just said where I want to live.
I asked, where would you like to live? Not, can you give me a couple of options?
He hasn't decided.
I haven't decided.
Where would you like to live?
I'm torn because
This is really annoying. Would you rather live in Los Angeles or New York right now? If I told you I'll pay your rent in either place.
New York.
Ah, there you go. That was amazing. Congratulations. Yes. He'll never get it. He'll never get it.
So, exactly. And I think the thing is like the only reason that any part of you is like, I want to live in Los Angeles is because you're trying to find out right now, do I want to be famous? How important is being famous? Do I want to be on television? Do I want to do film? Do I want to meet people that'll be able to do, will this be an easier way for me? That's everything that's going on in your head when you talk about Los Angeles. When you talk about New York City, I don't care what you think. I'm telling you how you feel. When you talk about New York, it's just fucking cool. You were there with me. It was cool. You guys got to walk away from the city. You're like, that was fucking cool.
I survived New York.
I brought you guys on Toad's Wild Ride. And when I left, Kate's like, how was that whole thing? I was like, it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was cool.
We loved it.
It was
so much.
awesome.
It's fucking cool, man.
That drink we had on your porch
Yes,
at the
it's
end, that was a
Colateras. It was great.
It
And
was
the
a
other thing was,
great
it was so
moment.
nice of you guys to stop and bring. You didn't have. You owe me nothing. The only reason that I even spend an ounce of time with the two of you, and I'm positive it's the same reason you spend any time with me is because you're really fucking funny.
Yeah.
And so when you brought that bottle, I was really kind of taken aback and blown away because I didn't expect you guys to come and be like, hey, as a token of our appreciation. I just was like, hasn't this been fun hanging out?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't this a fucking blast? And even though I know you guys were like, holy shit, this spot, that spot, fucking this club, that club, all that stuff, I'm sure you thought it was so fucking cool. The whole time, this is what New York is, I was like, isn't it cool I get to show these guys this?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for a reason to show funny people these places.
I feel you.
And by the way, the
Isn't that
thing you did
interesting?
I feel you, but
the
because,
thing
because you're
in
proud of
New
it, right?
Jersey
You're-
where you got the flags.
You're proud.
Oh, that was so funny.
The
But you
flag.
guys, listen, you both did really well.
So
I feel you.
We went to do this weekend in New Jersey where we just did this
It was so
unpaid,
awesome.
unpaid work, unpaid being the cute.
I paid him. He got paid.
Yeah, I was unpaid for me. Very.
That motherfucker got paid.
For of course the legal reasons, and
No, I wouldn't have paid him either way.
and you,
You know
got
what? You know what they say? You get what you pay for.
And you got a very low quality comedy, but great quality friendship.
It was a great quality friendship.
So yeah, like we loved it.
and then you. So wait, I want to say this. So we go to this random place in New Jersey, and we had no idea. TJ had ordered all of these flags, and it like asked the people at the club to put them on, but like hiding them. So when we went on stage, and I was going on first, they had asked the people before. I'm talking about like 300 people to go every time they say the name of their country. The whole club pulls out this flag. So
That was really funny.
I'm from
I
so
forgot about
funny.
that.
Dude, I'm from Portugal, and I see everybody pulling out this little Portuguese flag. But by the sixth time I'm about to say Portugal, you could hear that I'm about to say the word, and there's nothing because I'm like, oh, I can't see the flags coming out again, and you just hear them. I just hear your laugh in the back, and your laugh in the back. So it's like, at this point now, we're trying to just not say the word.
It was so funny. You know, and that took a whole bunch of like preparation.
Yeah, you really put effort into this.
But I just don't even remember. I think I forget how, but I was just on Amazon. I was like, what if I got some flags? I think, you know what? Kate does. Oh, you know what it is? Kate does this thing. She's done it twice or three times, where she gets all these little toothpicks with flags on them of Greece and different things. And then if we have dinner, she'll be like, "Can you grab the waitress and get me?" And so I'll turn. I'm like, "Hey, can we have another round of drinks?" And I'll turn back, and there are flags in my food, little toothpicks all over
That's
my
very
food.
funny,
and
very cute.
And I'm like, she's like, what's wrong? What is it? So I think she was talking. God, that would be really funny. And I wanted to get little flags, but the flags that came with these very large flags. And so I was like, God damn, this will be so hilarious. And it's fun to tell the audience, like, we're teasing these guys. You're going to be a part of it. And they liked it a lot. And I'm like, God, can you imagine these fucking idiots in New Jersey? Can you imagine them being told you're about to see two Euro boys,
To your boys.
two European comedians? They haven't seen anybody from fucking outside of the tri-state area. And you guys come and it's like, this is the funniest guy from Portugal and this is the funniest guy from Greece. And the New Jersey people are like, where is that?
Yeah, where is
But
that?
Rich, is it in that other country? They had no fucking idea.
No. Someone told us 2 days ago that was Amsterdam a country. And I'm not talking about an uneducated person.
Yeah, they were smart.
Andre, here's the problem. You guys are great. I understand. You have a rich history of intellectualism.
And you're a very smart person.
culture.
You're educated. You understand.
I know that's why I made fun of you last night
You
about
nailed
Aristophanes.
it. Yeah, I was very proud.
We'll explain who Aristophanes is to you. Never.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
But
I also took history.
Portugal, good luck. Portugal Yeah, and I love you've got jokes about it's amazing. Both of you guys come from countries that are just pioneering, filled with slavery, and between the two countries,
Finally, someone acknowledges
there
it.
is more history, more culture than you can ever imagine. But Americans are kind of like, why would I learn if Amsterdam is a country or not? Because I don't need to. And everybody in Amsterdam wants to live in America. And so that becomes the problem is there's this hubris, arrogance that sort of is beset upon this country because why would we need to learn anything? Why would we care about anywhere else? Why? And it'll be our downfall for sure.
But do you think everybody in Amsterdam wants to live in America?
No,
Yes.
they think that.
No,
No, they do.
they don't.
They do.
I'm,
How many friends do you have?
do you think
How many friends do you have in Amsterdam?
in Amsterdam?
Because I have 15, you fucking idiot. And
they all want to live here?
Yes, of course. Everybody would rather live here, or they convince themselves that this would be a terrible place to live.
That is the most American thing you've said.
I'm talking to a guy who wants to live here and can't decide between two of the major cities in the United States. And I'm talking
That's
to a guy who can't get into the United States.
I'm here.
And so
I'm here.
he's going to say, that's the most American thing that you could ever say. Because, that's American.
Can I say something? But I understand what you're saying. Many Americans think this country is the best country in the world, and I don't know why. Because
I don't think it's the best country in the
but
world.
many Americans think that because the guy in the taxi was telling us, you don't have to go anywhere to see everything. You can see deserts, you can see jungles, you can see rivers and lakes and mountains.
Yeah, the
and,
only other country, you want me to tell you a country where people don't want to live in the United States? The only country in the world. You ready for this?
people don't want to live in the United States.
Everybody in Africa wants to live here. Everybody in China wants to live here. Everybody in fucking Japan would like to live here. There's only one country.
Australia.
that None of them. No, they fuck them. Only one country.
It's because they won't let you in.
Argentina. In Buenos Aires, all the way down to Tierra del Fuego, they don't want to live anywhere else besides Argentina. There's no reason to. They've got every climate. Buenos Aires is as big as Paris or New York or Tokyo or anywhere. And the exterior of Argentina is these beautiful, amazing towns you would imagine.
Are you talking about the outside? The out?
I don't speak Spanish. But what I do want to say is that's the only place. Everywhere
No,
else.
but I don't think that's well. Okay, I don't think that's true because of the coins, the currency is devalued, right? So they'll want to go.
No. They would like a better government and monetary system, but they don't want to leave Argentina. It's different when you don't like the country you wish you lived in America. It's a different thing than I live someplace where the system is broken, but I still want to be here. Like even Italians are like, this place is fucked up. The government is a disaster. Everything is a disaster. And still, when you talk to them, you can feel that they're like, I'm Roman. I'm a Roman person. Forever.
Greeks are like that.
I will never move anywhere else. I'm Roman. And you can kind of feel them being like, but if I could live in New York.
Well, many of them do. Many of them do.
I know.
Many
And I have a
but-
friend. I have a really good friend who's Roman, and he's convincing himself that he should stay in Rome.
Yeah, but you think that you are very you love your country, and honestly, I can see why. When we were in our little towns in
I didn't say that I
in
love
little
this
towns in
country.
Middle America, I was like, this is idyllic. These people just meet. They have a few drinks every night.
Yeah, but
they go to work. They finish their shift. They go to the bar. They have a couple of drinks. They go home. Sometimes they fuck. They have some food, and then back to the same place. The shops are the same. The countryside is beautiful. The mountains.
Yeah, it's McDonald's.
And I was like, I can see why some people are like, this is my life. I'm never
But
leaving.
George, you go to any idyllic town in anywhere in the world, people will have the same
Well,
idea. They'll share that same idea.
Are you
there's
guys
something
both
up-
wearing socks that are like sort of ankle socks or like below ankle?
Below their short
over the
socks.
ankle. What are you wearing? Just your normal socks.
He's wearing a condom
But
on his feet.
but I'm wearing.
Congratulations.
I'm wearing shorts as well, so
Did you perform in those shorts?
I perform in the shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was undeserved confidence.
Yeah. I perform in the shorts.
I could never
hate that.
perform in shorts. I can never perform in
Would
shorts.
you ever perform in shorts?
Me?
He's not performing.
I don't perform.
Yeah, but would you ever, if you perform, would you perform in shorts?
No, we're professional.
I love this guy.
The guy is stoned to fuck. Look at him.
No, you
He's
know what
working-
though?
he's high as a motherfucker.
You know what? Everybody is trying to get people to sign yearbooks and shit. I'm not gonna ask any of these fuckers to, but I would love you to sign your picture with the black eye.
Oh, me? Of course. Thank you.
All right, I'll bring it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
He's so cool.
This guy's all stoned.
Fucking love him.
Dude, everybody's so high.
He's so high.
The blunts here are crazy. The joints is like I've never seen anything
I'm gonna
like
get
this.
very high, I think, tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have a big night. We got our mate Jeff.
Are you
coming.
hanging out tonight?
He's hanging out every night.
How do you know that?
Can
No,
I ask
I
you-
have to. You know what's crazy? Well, let's talk about one more thing. But you know what's crazy is like, okay, so you guys know Mark Norman, right? He does all the sets. He's like one of the guys that's known for doing all these sets. I got here. I said, "How many sets are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I think I got three sets. You know, 3 tonight, 3 tomorrow."
That's very
And I
Mark
was like,
Norman.
"Oh, that's
Consider-
pretty." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And in my mind, I'm like, "I'm doing 4 or 5 sets a night. This pussy's not doing fucking 5 shows in a night." So that's my mentality. You're like that a lot. You're very like.
Oh,
set,
many
set,
people
set,
don't
set,
like
set.
do many sets. They find it exhausting.
I love doing comedy. All right, 2 more questions.
Yeah, but
I didn't ask you
we
that.
all love it.
Call him. This guy's
we
really
know
good.
Callum.
Yeah, he's
We know
great.
this guy.
No, he's really good. And I want to say thank you so much for inviting me to ever even do that show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy to have you on the show.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't get that invite. I thought we were Europeans. It's meant to be friendship.
I feel really bad.
We'll do it in Edinburgh.
Listen, I viciously made fun of him, like yesterday or something. Vicious, because I saw him at some fucking show, and I was like, "Hey, I saw your special. It was really funny." He goes, "Oh, look at you, the old comedians, looking at the young up and comers, whatever." And I was like, and that pissed me off so fucking much. I don't know why, but it pissed me off.
You could tell.
It's kind
but-
of funny. So last night or whatever, I saw him. This is so bad because I'm not a mean guy, you know. But anyway, he had pissed me off. So I come over, I go, "Hey, how you doing?" He's like, "Good." I was like, "What is it like? You're never gonna be famous. What is that like?"
Oh my God.
Just to
Ooh.
never.
Oh my
ever
God.
become famous. And he goes, "Oh, well, you know, I forget his. What is he? Irish or something?"
Yeah, Irish. Doing the accent?
Irish. So I sort of say, "Well, you never know, you know." And I go, "Oh no, I do. And if you can trust anybody, it's me, isn't it?" And
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
"Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. But that's great, though, man. You know, because I'm not gonna say the other stuff I said, but I was just torturous. And afterwards, I was like, "Why did you do that? He's he's fine. He's totally fine." Oh fuck! So then I do that thing that you do when you overstep your bounds. I like doubled back too much, and I'm like, "You're really funny, man. I just let you get the fuck away from me." It was the vibe. I feel so bad. So then he even said, he was like, "You want to do the circus thing?" I was like, "Thank you." So I promised myself. So the rest of the festival, I'm gonna be like really nice.
That was a
to
regret.
him. What?
That's a regret.
I don't regret it. It was a learning curve.
Yeah. But you're a very nice guy.
You're a very nice guy.
You're very likable.
Here's my problem. My problem
I
is-
regret that immediately.
My problem is that I'm really good at dealing with hecklers, but I sometimes bring that into my actual life. So I considered him a heckler, so I handled him. My cousin, his wife was at this wedding of a friend of mine, and it was all my friends and not her. She kept heckling me, and so I just destroyed her. And then now they won't talk to me anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and I always look back at those. I don't regret it. I mean, fuck him. I made him more money than God. But like, I do look back. I'm like, yeah, you didn't really need to like eviscerate his wife for just talking shit to you.
Yeah. Do you? Are you?
You didn't need it, so you would regret it.
Are you the kind of person to ring and say, "I'm really sorry about that. I was out of line"? Would you do that? Maybe that's something to work on. Ring your cousin and say,
I
"Hey,
didn't
man."
listen,
answer it yet.
I don't know if you guys have.
Seen a homosexual? I have.
Ego is the enemy. He says.
But you know, it's a bitch having this tattoo because sometimes.
What does it say?
It says ego is the enemy.
He's
Only
the most
an arrogant asshole would get that tattoo.
with a lot of ego.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes I get egotistical, and George is like, "Hey, read your tattoo."
Yeah, read your arm.
Which is like I could never win a fight again.
Watch, did you ever do this? He goes, you say something arrogant, he goes,
I'm like, yeah, you know, I think I deserve more. I should get more.
Yeah. But you know what he's done?
Yeah, I can.
You know what he's done with
I can never win a fight.
The problem with this tattoo is it's only legible if you're like looking at the arm. If you're there, it's upside down.
that is weird. You should have gotten it.
You should have gotten it the other way around.
Now it's more of an insult. It's like, remember.
Yeah, this is telling us to shut the fuck up.
But I've gotten these on my wrists, reading to me, and I think.
Do you
it's
regret
weird.
any of those?
I don't regret it, but I wouldn't have done them. I wouldn't have done these on my wrists now. But I look at tattoos
You can
as
always
like
slit them.
I might. Yeah, I might.
So
I always think of tattoos as like a diary for your life. So you wouldn't do them now, but they're like a part of who you were then. Do you have tattoos?
Yeah.
you do?
Yeah, I have one.
Well, when did you get it?
2 years ago, maybe?
2 years ago.
It's 2022, maybe?
In your married
God.
life. In your married life.
Yeah.
Wow.
She doesn't like tattoos, but she says it's the best tattoo she could have imagined.
What's the tattoo?
He's not telling us. I can sense it already. Ego is the enemy, Andre.
Ego is the answer.
So
Yeah, I
have
know.
you-
Because it can be the enemy. Because he was like, if I asked him, like, you would just say humbly,
Yeah.
this is the tattoo.
Have you apologized? Do you think you're the person to? The microphone came off.
He did it on purpose.
Ah,
Of course, he did
you
it on
asshole.
purpose. I like that you're like,
I really fell for it. So
the old clowning school.
This was a ton of fun, guys.
thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go do more stand-up.
Yeah.
Let's go
very
do
good.
stand-up.
That was
What was your last question you were going to ask?
the last question
I
I'm going to
really
ask
do
you.
love you, man.
I think I wrote down some questions I want to ask you.
Where should I live? Because you're gonna pay my rent.
I'm not going to tell you. I tried to tell you who to be.
No,
who
I'll
your
tell-
manager should have been, and he fucked that up.
I'll tell.
Right, end of the podcast. We're in Vegas. Skanfest.
Boys.
Euro boys. With TJ. And do you want to plug anything, TJ? Your peanut butter? Peanut butter?
Plug your fucking
better.
Peanut butter?
Hey, here's what I want to plug. This is true. I want
Uh-huh.
to plug George Zacharopoulos and André and Freitas.
Wow, almost.
Two of the funniest comedians in the world. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, thank you.
Isn't that weird?
Thank you.
It's weird that I can be like funniest in the world.
In the world.
And I know a lot of Chinese.
Yeah, billions.